as we work with trig expressions, we're going to have to simplify. And just as we ran into in the previous chapter with logs and natural logs, we always can't use our straight rules of algebra in order to simplify. So with trig expressions, we've got to look at these as functions and realize that I can't just all of a sudden pull stuff out of a tangent or out of a cosine. There's very specific rules we've got to follow. So there's 5 rules here I want to look at and give you some examples of things that are allowed and things that aren't allowed. So rule number 1, you cannot distribute into the function piece of a trigonometric expression. You can only distribute a number or quantity in front. So in other words, what this is saying is if I have 3 times the tangent of 2x, this is not going to be the same as the tangent of 6x. I cannot distribute a 3 into a function and then multiply the inside pieces together and get another quantity. Does not work. Same thing with 5 times the secant of 2 theta. That is not going to equal the secant of 10 theta. So you cannot distribute straight into a trig function. I could only distribute a number in front, meaning if there was a number in front of secant, I could then multiply those pieces together. But I cannot multiply something that is on the inside of the trig function. Rule number 2, you cannot pull out factors of a trig function, but you can pull factors out that are in front of the trig function. So what I'm saying with that is if I have the tangent of 3x plus the tangent of 9x minus the tangent of 6x, I cannot pull a 3 out of all this and say this simplifies down to the tangent of x plus the tangent of 3x minus the tangent of 2x. Cannot pull something that is attached to the x inside the trig function. Nor can I do that if there are no x's. So the tangent of 10 minus the tangent of 8 does not equal 2 times the tangent of 5 minus the tangent of 4. I cannot pull something out inside the trig function. Likewise, if I have the sine of 2x, I cannot break this down into the sine of x times the sine of x. Once again, that 2 is on the inside, so I can't do any breaking down. But let's say I had something like this. 2x cosine of 3x plus 6x squared cosine of 5x. This I actually can factor some stuff out, as long as I pull out factors that are in front of the trig function. You can see here I can pull out factors that are in front of the trig function. So with 2x being in front and 6x squared being in front, I can factor out there, but I cannot pull anything out of the 3x and the 5x inside the cosines. So from 2x and 6x squared, I could pull out a 2x, and then I'm left with the cosine of 3x plus 3x cosine of 5x. Perfectly fine for me to pull out something that's in front. Rule number 3, I cannot combine terms by adding. So what I'm saying by that is if I have the tangent of 4.5 plus the tangent of 3.5, that does not equal the tangent of 8. Cannot add those pieces together. Likewise, I can't subtract pieces on the inside. So the cosine of 6x minus the cosine of 4x does not equal the cosine of 2x. And probably up here some of you are thinking, okay, tangent of 10 minus tangent of 8 is equal to the tangent of 2. That does not work. You cannot combine terms by adding or subtracting inside a trig function. Rule number 4, if you have identical terms, they become 2 quantities. An example of that would be is if I have the tangent of 4.5 plus the tangent of 4.5, we've already said that does not equal the tangent of 9. However, tangent of 4.5 plus the tangent of 4.5 does equal 2 tangents of 4.5. So I can add those together like I'm adding together terms, like 2x and 3x end up being 5x. This right here, tangent of 4.5 plus tangent of 4.5 means there's 2 tangents of 4.5. And then find the last rule. You do not distribute a quantity squared that is outside the function into a trig function. So the example of that would be, back to the tangent of 4.5 idea, if I square the tangent of 4.5, that does not equal the tangent of 20.25. Cannot square a quantity inside the tangent. Same thing with any of the other trig functions. Cosine of 3x squared is not the cosine of 9x squared. What I can do is, if I were to have, say, the sine of 5x quantity squared, that is the same thing as me saying the sine of 5x times the sine of 5x. That is perfectly fine.